I was really absolutely broken when Frank died, and I didn't want to admit this. But if I'd stayed in San Francisco and taken it out by drinking and messing around, I could have immediately gone to hell. Whereas going to Switzerland was a sense of survival. You certainly couldn't make your living being a ballet dancer or an artist. Neither of them made money. But you could make money as a graphic designer.
Wow, her story just in graphic design is astonishing. This young woman who went to Switzerland with her child. There she met this giant of the profession, Armin Hoffman.
He taught design. You have 4 years, Armin telling you what to do, rule by rule, and how to do it. This whole socialist thing of modernism, that it was art for the people, the words were simple. If you wrote a sentence in Helvetica, it was supposed to be the truth. It seemed then that all this was going to make people happier. In 1962, there was Kennedy, and I thought, I'm going home. I was seduced back into my own country.
When she came back to the US, trying to be a Swiss designer was almost impossible.
When I came back, Larry gave me an office. I did the graphics for all his projects. I lucked in. My first job was the Sea Ranch.
The Sea Ranch was one of the major players. This thing revived interest in West Coast architecture. That was the real beginning of super graphics.
And of course, once you start digging into super graphics, you quickly come up against Bobby.
And maybe the scale and the feeling of the abstract expressionism, but the technique and the discipline I had learned in Switzerland.
She had this rigorous training in Swiss graphic design. She took the doctrine, but she applied it in her own way, which is great.
In those days, it was not called super graphics. It was as Bobby was painting something. It was like a big painting. You start with one line, and then it tells you where to make the next line. The architecture just told me what to do.
Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. Don't wanna be a richer man. Time may change me, but I can't trace time.
She added a dimension that simply wasn't there, and it was a work of art.
Bill Turnbull used to laugh about whether I was adding to the architecture or destroying it. I wasn't sure.
The only other person that was like Bobby was Charles Eaves. She's a genius.
She had job offers from all the top American graphic designers, Saul Bass, Lester Beale. These are absolute giants. But she didn't really want to talk about it.
Enough. I can't stand anymore.
I had that sense that she had some good stories, like her first husband and Sybil Moholy-Nagy and all the Gene Kelly stuff.
Frank Stauffacher, my husband, Gene Kelly, the movie star.
She would drop a lot of those anecdotes.
Who's that in the middle?
Me.
When her autobiography came out, and I was just like, oh my God. She knew everybody.
I was trained as an artist. In those days, women were told to be quiet and look good. You didn't express yourself. You did what you were told. I wanted to mix life and design and art. I could just be myself instead of spouting what my husband had taught me. It was really naive, it seems now, but truthful, it seemed then, that all this design is going to make people happier. Design is just a cover and it's superficial. I knew that much. And yet I'm surrounded by design. I love it and I hate it.
Bobby's bombastic nature is just cover for like how unbelievably sensitive and idealistic she is, and how much she has had to conquer her nature to survive.
I just did it. It was a job. I did it. I mean, it's like an architect builds a house. You know what to do. You do it. For me, I think the original attentions were very nice. It didn't work out that way. It's like everything. Lots of things start with very nice original intentions, but then they don't end up that way.
All right, Bobby, let's start at the beginning.
This is how it goes.